So picking up where we left off, let's look at some practical considerations.
Hmm.
CIOB is tackling things like teacher training head on.
That makes sense. You can't just hand teachers these amazing AI tools without, without giving them the knowledge and support to use them effectively.
Exactly. CIOB gets that. They're providing ongoing professional development to help teachers integrate AI into their classrooms in a way that feels, natural and beneficial.
So what does that training look like? Is it like a one-time workshop or is it more in-depth?
Oh, it's definitely not a one-and-done situation. They've created a multifaceted approach that includes workshops, online resources, and even mentorship opportunities where teachers can learn from each other.
So it's about creating a culture of continuous learning and support around AI.
Precisely. It's not just about teaching the technical skills. It's about fostering this mindset of innovation and experimentation.
That makes a lot of sense. And I imagine it helps teachers feel more confident and comfortable using these new tools.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's key to successful implementation. When teachers feel empowered, they're more likely to embrace AI and use it in creative and effective ways.
Now, another practical consideration that comes to mind is data privacy. With AI systems collecting and analyzing so much student data, how is CIOB ensuring that information is being handled responsibly?
That's a crucial question. And CIOB has been very proactive in developing clear guidelines for data privacy and security.
Yeah.
They're working closely with experts in the field to ensure that all student data is anonymized and protected.
So parents can rest assured that their children's information is being handled with the utmost care.
Absolutely. CIOB is committed to transparency and accountability when it comes to data privacy. They're also educating parents about how AI is being used in their children's schools and giving them opportunities to provide input.
I love that they're involving parents in the conversation. It builds trust and ensures that everyone feels comfortable with how AI is being implemented.
And speaking of comfort levels, another challenge that often comes up with AI is ensuring equitable access for all students. So how is CIOB addressing this potential barrier?
That's a really important point. We don't want to create a situation where only certain students have access to these powerful tools.
Exactly. CIOB is very aware of this issue and is taking steps to ensure that AI-powered tools are available to all students, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status.
So it's not just about having the tools, it's about making sure everyone has the opportunity to benefit from them.
Precisely. And that means addressing things like internet access, device availability, and language barriers.
What specific steps are they taking to make sure no one gets left behind in this AI revolution?
Well, for starters, they're making sure all students have access to devices and reliable internet, both at school and at home. They're also investing in assistive technologies to support students with disabilities.
So they're thinking about the whole picture, not just the technology itself.
Exactly. They're taking a holistic approach to ensure that all students have the opportunity to thrive in this new AI-powered learning environment.
This all sounds incredibly promising. CIOB seems to be really setting the gold standard for thoughtful and responsible AI integration. But I'm wondering, what about the students themselves? How are they reacting to all of this?
That's a great question. And from what I've observed, the students are incredibly excited about AI. They see it as a way to make learning more engaging, personalized, and fun.
So it's not like they're intimidated by the technology, they're embracing it.
Absolutely. They're digital natives. They've grown up with technology all around them. And they're eager to explore how AI can enhance their learning experiences.
And CIOB is tapping into that enthusiasm by planning these student hackathons, right?
Exactly. They're giving students the opportunity to not just use AI, but to create with it. These hackathons will be a chance for students to brainstorm ideas, build prototypes, and showcase their creativity.
I bet those hackathons will be buzzing with energy. I can already imagine the incredible things students will come up with.
Me too. It's so inspiring to see how CIOB is empowering the next generation of innovators and problem solvers.
It really is. But let's shift gears for a moment and zoom out to the bigger picture. We've talked a lot about CIOB's approach, but what about the broader landscape of AI in education? What trends are you seeing emerge, and what excites you most about the potential of AI to transform learning?
One trend that I'm particularly excited about is the rise of personalized learning. AI is allowing us to create learning pathways that are tailored to each student's individual needs, interests, and learning styles.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, every student can have a learning experience that's customized just for them.
Exactly. Imagine a world where every student feels seen, heard, and challenged at their own level. That's the power of AI in education.
That's an incredible vision, and it's one that CIOB seems to be actively working towards.
They are, and they're not alone. More and more schools are recognizing the potential of AI to personalize learning and create more equitable and engaging learning experiences for all students.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a major paradigm shift in education. What else excites you about the potential of AI?
Another area that I find incredibly promising is the use of AI to create more authentic and engaging assessments. Imagine moving beyond traditional tests and quizzes to assessments that are more interactive, project-based, and relevant to the real world.
So assessments that actually measure what students can do, not just what they've memorized.
Exactly. And AI can help us create those kinds of assessments. For example, imagine AI-powered simulations that allows students to apply their knowledge in realistic scenarios. Or AI-assisted feedback tools that provide students with personalized guidance and support.
That sounds way more exciting than filling in bubbles on a Scantron.
It is. And it's a much better way to prepare students for the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century.
Speaking of the 21st century, I'm also excited about the potential of AI to help students develop the skills they'll need to thrive in this rapidly changing world. Things like critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration.
Absolutely. AI can be a powerful tool for fostering those essential skills. For example, imagine AI-powered learning environments that challenge students to think critically, analyze data, and work together to solve complex problems.
That sounds like the kind of learning that would truly prepare students for the future.
It is. And it's a future that CIOB is helping to shape.
It's truly inspiring to see a school district taking such a bold and innovative approach to AI in education. As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, any final thoughts you'd like to share with our listeners?
I just want to emphasize that the future of AI in education is not predetermined. It's something that we're actively creating. And CIOB is showing us that it's possible to create a future where AI is used to empower both teachers and students to reach their full potential.
That's a powerful message. It's not about technology dictating the future of education. It's about us using technology to create the future we want to see.
Exactly. And that's a future worth fighting for.
Well said. Now, in the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore how CIOB is engaging parents and the wider community in this AI journey. We'll also look at some of the broader societal implications of AI in education and what it all means for the future of learning. Stay tuned. Okay, so we've covered so much ground already. The AI design sprint, teacher training, equity considerations. But there's one crucial piece of the puzzle we haven't fully explored yet.
Yeah, you're right. And it's a big one. The role of parents and the community in this whole AI and education movement.
Exactly. We can't just focus on what's happening inside the classroom. We need to think about how AI is going to impact families and the broader community.
Absolutely. And CIOB is very aware of that. They're not just implementing AI in isolation. They're actively engaging parents and community members in the conversation.
So what does that engagement look like in practice? Are they just sending out newsletters, or are they going deeper than that?
Oh, they're definitely going deeper. They're hosting workshops and information sessions specifically for parents to learn about AI and how it's being used in their children's schools.
I remember when my niece started using those AI-powered math games a few years ago. My sister was initially a little hesitant, but once she understood how the games worked and how they were helping my niece learn, she was all in.
Yeah, that's a great example of how important it is to demystify AI for parents. When they understand the technology and see its potential benefits, they're much more likely to support its use in education.
And it's not just about explaining the technology, right? It's also about giving parents a voice in the decision-making process.
Precisely. CIOB is creating opportunities for parents to provide input on how AI is being implemented and to share any concerns they might have.
That's so important. It builds trust and ensures that everyone feels heard and respected.
And it's not just parents. CIOB is also reaching out to the wider community, partnering with local organizations and businesses to create a network of support around AI in education.
So they're building an ecosystem that extends beyond the school walls.
Exactly. They're recognizing that the successful integration of AI in education requires a collaborative effort that involves everyone.
I love that approach. It's about creating a shared vision for the future of learning, one that's rooted in community and collaboration.
And that's what's so inspiring about CIOB's work. They're not just focusing on the technical aspects of AI. They're thinking about the human impact and the broader societal implications.
Which brings up an interesting point. We've talked a lot about the potential benefits of AI in education. But what about the potential downsides? Are there any risks or challenges we need to be aware of?
Yeah, that's a really important question. And it's one that we need to be having, these open and honest conversations about. While AI has incredible potential to enhance learning, there are also potential pitfalls we need to be mindful of.
Such as, what are some of the things we need to be cautious about?
One concern that often comes up is the potential for AI to exacerbate existing inequalities. If we're not careful, AI could end up benefiting some students more than others, widening the achievement gap rather than closing it.
That's a sobering thought. It sounds like we need to be very intentional about how we design and implement AI systems to ensure they're equitable and inclusive for all students.
Absolutely. Equity needs to be at the forefront of our thinking when it comes to AI in education. We need to make sure that all students have access to the opportunities and benefits that AI offers.
And it's not just about access, right? It's also about representation. We need to make sure that AI systems are being developed and trained on data that reflects the diversity of our student population.
Exactly. We need to be mindful of potential biases in AI algorithms and work to mitigate those biases to ensure that AI is used fairly and ethically.
So it sounds like there's a lot of work to be done in this area, but it's
Well,
work that's absolutely essential.
it is. But I'm optimistic. I think we're becoming more aware of these challenges and more committed to addressing them.
And CIOB is leading the charge in this area, really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI in education, while also being mindful of the potential risks and challenges.
They are, and they're showing that it's possible to do both, to embrace the transformative potential of AI, while also being responsible and ethical.
Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI in education, I'm feeling incredibly inspired by what CIOB is accomplishing. They're not just implementing technology, they're building a future where learning is personalized, engaging, and accessible to all.
And they're doing it in a way that's thoughtful, collaborative, and community-driven. They're a true model for other school districts to follow.
Absolutely. They're proving that AI has the power to transform education for the better, but only if we approach it with intention, creativity, and a deep commitment to equity.
Well said. It's an exciting time to be involved in education, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Me too. And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and given you a glimpse into the incredible possibilities of AI in education. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep imagining the future of learning. Thanks for joining us.